position you want to put your team in. So
Right now, if Noname doesn't win this, I don't see a chance for them coming back. I don't really think with the players like that they have Kane, let's say, Jachi, all all them players. I really do not think that they're going to be able to reverse all kill them. But maybe I could be proven wrong. But right now, at this point in time, I definitely do not think that.
yeah, I think Zervas will have to do something pretty special to beat No Name here, though. I mean, Yeonsu is such a great map for mech, and if that is what No Name's going to do, and it is what he's, he's done this before in the past, so it's going to be tough for Zervas. I mean, we went into that last game saying it's not going to be easy, but I think especially now where it's just No Name's map pick, he's been sent out against the Zerg player. It's up to him now, like,
Yep.
and yeah, I don't really see. I find it hard to see Zervas taking down No Name on his map without doing something a little bit crazy, maybe. But anything could work. Last game he went that free hatch before pool, so a very unpredictable player. As he's even going to drone scout, it would seem here on Yeonsu.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Zer player wants to be a little bit more safe. This map is quite good for 11-11s and Proxy Reaper. Down at the left hand side here beside the rock to the natural, that's a really nice place to put your Proxy Reaper, as the Reapers can jump up and down that ramp and can be ledge and can be extremely annoying.
Yeah, it's we do see the Reaper opening here because we see the barracks and the gas coming down, but nothing proxied, so really just Zervas being very safe, making sure that doesn't happen, because it can be very hard to deal with, as you mentioned. The Reapers are so effective here on this map, and if they get proxied and you start getting a little bit behind, you're never going to kill them Reapers. You're going to take a lot of damage without impeccable control, so...
Yeah, that's definitely true. Reapers are definitely quite hard to deal with at the number, and we actually have seen a couple of players. Something that's actually very interesting is they started to go 3 Reapers instead of 2 Reapers, and I find that very
Yeah.
interesting because if they micro them right, they can kill queens. So it's
Yeah.
definitely something that a lot more turn players are starting to do, and it is quite interesting to actually watch it.
Yeah, I think it's just so good as well because you have that potential to just keep on attacking and keep being aggressive. And if you're a player who can macro behind the kind of, if you can do the multitasking of controlling your Reapers and not losing them and macroing and not getting too far behind, then which obviously a lot of these top players can do, then it becomes such a dangerous composition to use. And then you start adding in the Hellions, and if the Zerg has messed up a little bit too early on, all of a sudden we find ourselves in a pretty bad position.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this, but it looks like he is going to go for the double Reaper anyway. No fast expand, or there is going to be a fast expansion coming down with this SCV being on the low ground here. So this might be started by Zervas. I think he did see the SCV. Yes, he did, and he is going to see that command center. So he definitely has the idea, and he knows exactly what is happening right now. So he is going to go for this early gas into this early speed to be quite safe against any Reaper and any aggression that comes out quite early from the town player. We're going to have the factory being set down, so just a normal, easy, standard game coming out right now.
Spore Crawl is already coming down. Oh, sorry, that's I was just looking at production. I was like a Spore Crawl already, but that's probably just to save the drone from this Reaper, which has been in the main base. So Reaper being a little bit annoying already. Yeah, that's coming out of the Spore Crawl now, and these Lings continue to chase it down. Queen gonna start injecting here for Zervas as well, and just a slow start for him as he's got his speed now on the way. And just going to slowly start transitioning some drones down to his natural. These Reapers getting a little bit of damage done on the Queen here, but not too much. And just going to trade health for damage because, of course, them Reapers can heal up. And yeah.
Yeah, he definitely not going to get too much done right there. That Queen. Oh, but that is actually quite nice what he done there. The Ling actually killed the SCV, making that command center.
It's really good. It forces these Reapers to come home, and this is why we do sometimes see one of these Reapers left at home, and this reactor as well. It's not going to die, but I mean, it's taking a lot of damage, so he's going to have to spend a little bit of time repairing that up, because if he doesn't, it becomes really, really bustable. In fact, 2 Banelings bust through,
Yeah.
then you're in a real amount of trouble, so... Zervas here, doing a nice little job to start. The starport is now on the way. We see a tech lab on the barracks, so it is going to be that Hellion Banshee composition to start things off with. And, what we have to be asking ourselves now is it going to be a mech play to kind of finish it up from there?
I definitely feel a mech play is what is going to be coming up, Rory, because Hellion Banshee is definitely the best way to lead yourself in the mech, because then Banshees put on so much aggression, you can definitely transition very easily in the mech with them, and that's why so many players are actually favouring Hellion Banshee over just the Hellions and transitioning into the mech.
Yeah. This drone going to make this third base. And, just a nicely timed third base, I think. I mean, he knows that it's Hellion Banshee at this point, I assume. He hasn't specifically seen the Banshee, but he knows that this is very unlikely to just be a two-base play from Noname. And we don't see that third command center just yet. But in the very near future, his minerals will start to stack up as he maybe holds Hellion production or so for a little while. He's actually a little bit supply blocked, so his minerals will definitely start stacking up here very soon. And once they do, that's really the point where you can add on that third command center. And he needs to be careful not to get his reinforcing Hellion's caught here. Zervas is set up for a very nice round and no name.
Beautifully done.
This is not good. He needs to trade as well as he can against these lings because losing his Hellions will is kind of a big loss. Even if he's going mech, you don't want to lose all of them. And I mean, he keeps two alive by the skin of his teeth here.
I am pretty sure that Noname is going to go mech because he has got that cloak for them Banshees. Usually if a turn players just open up Hellion Banshee into bio play, he will not go for that cloak because it does cost a little bit extra that you can use for that stim plane, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
it delays, it just adds on the delay. The delay to the barracks just becomes so much larger, and I mean, Noname re-engages without having repaired these Hellions, which I have to feel is just a little bit of a mistake here. Banshee now does have cloak, and these queens are actually caught a little bit out of position down on this side of the map. Okay, there's a spore crawl actually finished up, but he gets one queen, and he's going to get away with everything here, and no more losses. But them Hellions are so low on health, like he just needs to send them home for like a second, repair them up, and then send them out, and they'd be so much more effective. But he refuses to do so far. Lair is going to finish up here for Zervas, and Noname continuing this aggression, and Zervas unable to really drone up or mine off of a third base just yet.
yeah, that's definitely true, and that's definitely delaying the third player a hell of a lot with constant Hellion production coming down and more Banshees adding in. I think this ultimately probably could kill him if it keeps on going like this, but he is going to lose these Hellions, which he cannot allow.
Noname just, well, I mean, he had the opportunity to start running with them as well, and even doing that would have allowed him to do so much more with it. And we're going to see him maybe get this queen. It's going to be close. He's just not going to get it. So, Noname just continue to do whatever damage he can as much as he can. These lings counterattacking. There's not actually any units here. A couple of Hellions now come out, but again, just some free damage being done. And I mean, I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but he is going mech. He's adding on these factories, and most interestingly, he's going for 2 base mech. He's not adding a third base at all, and he needs to make sure to go straight into 4s because the Spire is 70% of the way done. It's going to be finished here very soon, and Mutalisks will be on the map by the 13-minute mark, if not much earlier, in fact, by the 12-minute mark. So he needs to start producing 4s, and that's exactly what he's doing. But still, these Mutas have so much mobility. Noname's going to have to be on top of his game here as he's still harassing with his Banshees.
Yeah, and also on top of that, we don't see a third CC come down yet, and it is coming to the 11-minute mark, so that is quite interesting. But the Hellion production has stopped, and we're actually going to start seeing Hellbats. But he is going to need to produce 4s, and that is what we do see, because obviously that Hellion change or transition, or that Muta transition can kill players so easily, and it's happened to so many Mark players that it's unbelievable. So he is quite aware of that, and he is going to make sure that he can defend that if that does happen. He has not yet started the Spire yet, but I definitely think he will be able to stop it.
This is going to be a huge all-in from Noname. Like, he's not got a third base, and at this point it's becoming way too late to just add a third base on. So he's just going to mass up a whole ton of units and then go. But Infestation Pit is now starting as Zervas realizes that this is a mech play. Rotron starts as well. Roach upgrades begin, and he's just going to go into Swarm Host here surely. And without tanks, Swarm Hosts are extremely scary to deal with. Didn't really overcommit to Mutalisks either, just about 5 of them, and they're going to come into the main base. They're going to maybe get Banshee. No, just turns around, but have to be so careful of 4s because they'll just rip through them in seconds.
I think he understood that Noname was going mech, so I think that that's why he got Mutalisks out, just to try and be a little bit aggressive with him, maybe kill some SCVs, but most importantly clean up the Banshees, because no matter what he goes, may that be Roaches or Swarm Hosts, Banshees are going to be extremely annoying. At that point, killing Swarm Hosts for free, so he's not going to allow that. And I think that's actually pretty smart what he has done. He has finally got this third base saturated, which is exactly what he needed to do, but Enduring Locust has not yet been started, so if he does want to go into Swarm Host play, which we do see.
I'm just worried because how does he ever deal with the Swarm Hosts as the Terran? And I mean, he is 2 base all in, and like he's gonna at some point in the very near future pull most of his SCVs with auto repair on, and just go across the map. Ooh, a lot of meters dying to a couple of 4 shots there. A lot of them going very low on HP, and well, that's gonna be his indicator to leave now. The SCV is not being pulled just yet. There's a few more of them coming. Not as many as I actually expected to be pulled. But so many swarm hosts are starting to come out, and they're really starting to get up there in numbers, and this is going to be very, very scary for Noname. Pushing across the map, Noname has to do significant damage.
I don't know if Noname can actually take this right now. With Swarm Host, there mightn't be that many of them, but there isn't that many units here.
There's these 3 Banshees, and with 3 Banshees, if the mutas weren't there, then there's actually nothing to stop the Banshees just picking off the Swarm Host, but, well, let's see what happens. He's moving forward.
But there is the numbers in the Swarm Host here. He's just going to push forward. The Lings are going to try and surround here. I don't know if I like this idea. Yeah, he's just trading them
just died, but it's the Locusts that are the real issue. But the SCVs are doing a good job repairing them. But Mutalisks do come in here. They're going to take down every single Banshee, leaving, well, 4 fours to win the day. And against the Locusts, which are just going to keep coming out, some more Mutas. He has to be patient. Now 6 fours. These Locusts do so much damage, though. And I mean, they basically nearly killed a 4 there. I think Noname should have pulled some more SCVs. With more SCVs, this wouldn't be so close. He'd have more repair, and right now, you see the Zervas coming in.
No, it's over right now. These are just going to get surrounded. There is lanes and production as well behind this. GG well played as Carl and Zervas.
Wow.
mYi, free go.
That